all crypto nation and mining family. What's going on? What's up, all you awesome hashers out there? I know we were supposed to have this stream set up, but YouTube said no, so people are probably just now getting notified. Hey, there's a stream on DCA. I mean, I see we got Jason the Tiger Osborne in here, man. He must have the bell notification turned on to all. My man. So you got your favorite people here.
He knows what's up.
Right? He does. And you got your favorite people here. You got Crypto McCallum, myself, and Nemesis. What's going on, everybody?
And you'll probably have my youngest somewhere. I've seen him walk past. Yep, here he comes. I hear stompies.
It's like, what's up, Northern Crypto and Tech? What's up? What's up?
He's just chilling. He's just chilling.
So this title you have here, are you trying to be optimistic?
It was just a play on the fact that we had to like take two of the stream.
Yeah. I was thinking you're being like, oh man, you trying to be optimistic in the market here? I mean,
like mining's like take like 10,000 at this point. I don't know. Everything's died so many times. It's hard to keep track.
Right. I mean, GPU
if this was
mining
a 9
died a
live
hot minute ago.
situation, like, if this was 9 live situation, like, it'd been dead, like, and it'd been double tapped at this point.
Right. I just remembered. I forgot to grab something because it was what I made a comment about it yesterday that I was going to talk about it today. So let me go grab something. I'll be right back. I forgot to grab it.
Okay.
Out of the mining room.
All right. Goodbye. What's up, chat? Retro Mike, phone mining will never die until my batteries explode. Well, if you have the correct setup, you rip the batteries out anyway, right? Right? This is a real thing? I don't know. I'm still like super love the like that little phone boxes. Cell hasher. Yeah. Cell hasher. I really love those. Like, to be like completely honest, they look pretty rad.
What's rad?
Retro Mike was saying phone mining will never die until his batteries explode. But I was saying, well, with the right setup, there's no batteries in those phones. Yeah. But I was saying I really like the cell hasher setup. Like it's actually like pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool.
So you remember last week I made a comment going, I've got some bad RAM on my one mining rig.
Some more S10s for a cell hash.
Do you remember that, Mikkel, me saying that to you like a week ago?
Yeah, I do. That'd be pretty cool.
So fun fact, RAM's fine. Found cause.
RAM's fine.
So all of a sudden, like I had the CPU mining rig mining away, hashing. I get up in the morning and I check everything from the console
Can you
side.
drop a link to the cell hasher, Retro Mike? I'd be greatly appreciative.
Noise. So I check it on the dashboard, go into Hive, and I see that the CPU miner's been offline since it was at that time it was probably about 5 hours it was offline. So about midnight, and It was like probably about 6 a.m. by the time I caught it. And I'm like, I start troubleshooting it. And I'm like, man, what the hell is the problem with this thing? Everything's turning on. So I slap one of my trusty old school GPU, my GTX 550 Ti. That son of a bitch will run on anything. I love that card. So I plug it in and put a monitor to it, and nothing. I'm like turning it on and off, and then finally one time it turns on, and it's showing CPU fan error. And I'm like looking at the fans, and I'm like, well, both of them are plugged in, and they're both spinning. I'm like, there's something else going on here. So, I turn everything back off, and I try to turn it back on, and it doesn't turn back on. I'm like, something's really goofy going on. So now I start checking, making sure that the RAM was slotted in all the way, and I'm like, it has to be, otherwise it wouldn't have been running that whole time. And start checking power cables. And then I touched the power cable for the CPU, and the clip broke off. And I was like, that's odd. I haven't touched this fucking cable in well over a year. So I had this hooked into it. Had a Corsair 750 watt power supply, and all it was doing was mining on a it's what is it, it was one of the ones that I got from fucking Tech Shinji, a couple of years ago. So it was like a 3050 or yeah, something like that. It was like one of the high end fucking processors. Nothing fucking fancy. Nothing. Maybe pulling at the high side of maybe 180 watts at the most. I doubt it was even doing that. And it used the full CPU pin out, not a half stack, a full one. So I go to pull the cable out.
Oh. Hey, I think you found your problem.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, it's super fucking melty, dude. This is Corsair fucking cable. You would think that it'd be a 750 watt power supply with no peripherals on there should be able to handle a CPU on a power cable. And it's not one of the, and it's using the whole thing. It's not like it was like the other CPU has a half of one power in the fucking CPU.
Oh, has a 4-pin.
Yeah, it has a 4-pin. And no problems. I checked that one, no problems. But that one is plugged into a 1,000 watt Corsair. The cable is not this flat cable.
It's
got the one in the sheath.
Yeah, I don't like those flat cables.
Well, now we can definitively say this is the reason why we don't like flat cables. They fucking melt.
I'm real curious of what really happened. The CPU doesn't pull that much power. You're talking under 200 watts. Of that, you're talking under 200 watts. This cable should be rated for that. I plugged in. I have another Corsair 1,000 watt power supply with the same Type 3 cable, but it's the sheathed cable instead of this flat cable. Plugged it all in. Motherboard's fine. CPU's fine. Powered right up, no problem. Started mining right away. The whole problem was this stupid fucking flat cable. And you would think that this cable should be able to run. And it's not even like I put a nasty overclock on here. It's mining Monero. So all I really did was just, Monero doesn't benefit huge
huge from overclocking the CPU. It benefits more from the RAM being overclocked.
Yeah, I am kind of curious about that, right? Yeah, Jason, one, what gauges the cable? Two, if I'm not mistaken, a single 8-pin but CPU cable is really only rated for like 155 watts. So if you have a 200-watt CPU, like you should have two 8-pin cables in that motherboard, right?
Right. You should.
Does
For
the
the
motherboard not
generation
have?
that it was.
Does
But
that
I never
motherboard not have
overclocked it at all. Let me see here.
Motherboard should have two 8-pins.
Hold on here. And it's an Asus or no, it's an ASRock board. So it's got one cable in there, but like I said, the other motherboard is a Gigabyte and it's got a 4-pin. Same CPU. Let me look up the actual.
Just one 4-pin?
Yeah, just one 4-pin on the other one, running the same CPU.
Odd. Okay. That's what I figured, Retro. Thank you.
Okay, so
I
a
was trying to look it up.
3950X. Let's see here.
This is an 8-pin EPS or CPU connector, are supposed to be rated for 336 watts.
That's what I thought.
Because they are different than an 8-pin PCIe.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
I
cool.
thought so. Thank you. I was just
that's what I
looking
was
it up.
Trying to look it up.
Yeah.
I put in CPU 8-pin, but
CPU
ratings.
The 3950X only pulls at the high side 105 watts. Why did 105 watts melt this after 2 years?
168 watts per 4-pin.
So this is 105 watts. A 3950X is 105 watts. So let's say it's using 110. Let's just fucking round it up. We're still not even half of what this cable is fucking, is rated for, and it melted.
That is pretty fucking.
I don't know what side ground is. I'm gonna suspect that this is ground side that it melted. And the only thing I can think of is it wasn't an issue of was it connected all the way in? Was it an issue that it had been unplugged a couple of times? You know, and now the ground pins were a little wore out, but again, this thing was mining away untouched. It hasn't moved from where it's been sitting at for three, maybe 4 years. It's been sitting in its, I would say probably 3 years. It's been sitting in its home, untouched, with this power supply on there. It was chugging away for the longest time, never giving me any kind of problems, ever at one point in time. They are rated at 105 watt thermal, but can burst to 150 watt before. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, I think like 150, 165 is like your absolute headroom on where this CPU can kind of spike up to. But to see that it nailed all 4 pins. I mean, all 4 pins are melted. 2 of them. No. 3 of them, the plastic got so hot that it melted the plastic off of it. It's got one that's intact with the plastic around the pin, but the plastic is bubbled and blistered. And oh god, you could hear like the wiring is like crunchy. Like the like this whole cable line got hot. It does it like it's only right by the
Okay,
connector
Craig. So it's a good
itself.
thing you caught it early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the ground pins on it are all kind of like crunchy right at the connector.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy. Guess you can't trust fucking manufacturers. I told you I had a good one. I was like, this thing has
It's
been
pretty wild.
mining
So
for
that means everything was all good then. So like you were like the RAM was actually good.
yeah.
None of it was really bad.
Nope, 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 nope. It was just
Just because of the cable.
yep, yep. It was giving like funky readouts on everything.
And you were able just to plug in
I
a new
I
cable.
put I pull I have 1,000 watt cable, one from another I have another 1,000 watt power supply that I'm not even using. And as long as you're using the same Corsair cabling from that generation, so these are Type 3s. So as long
Right.
as it's a Type 3, you're good to go. So the other 1,000
Correct.
watt used a Type 3, and it had the sheath
Yeah.
sheath one on
I
there.
have like three different Corsair 1,000 watt power supplies. One of them's the flat cables. One of them is the braided ones, but there's those are both Type 3s, and I have
Yeah,
one
the
Type
braided
4
one's
power
the good
supply.
one. The flat one we now know is junk. It can't even handle, a 3950X on it. Doesn't it give
Yeah,
you so much more hope?
I've had a few of the cables on like the flat cables on my Corsair and my EVGA power supply. Both of them had issues.
See, I've only got
Same
one
style
newer
cable.
power supply, and it's that one Corsair that's got the cheaper style cables on it. Everything else, all my EVGAs are all the Platinum series power supplies, so they all came with the braid cabling on there, so a
Yeah,
lot higher
all
quality.
mine are gold rated.
Yeah, I got the platinum rating because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be kicking these things into the fucking dirt if I don't do it. No, I was just going
Got
overkill. It
platinum.
was Project Overkill. I was like, I know what happens when you smoke a power supply. Something downstream is gonna get wiped out. And I figured, a 750 watt power supply with a single CPU rocking and rolling, I would never have fucking problems with it. Now we can say it said no one ever. It's funny because I got 1,000 watts sitting next to it with a single 4-pin. Rocking and rolling. Never had problems. Knock on fucking wood now. We're finding out otherwise here. Fucking a CPU that really doesn't pull too much wattage because it's like, it's it's not so much of a mining problem. It's people don't realize for every watt you're utilizing, you're increasing temperature by 3.42 BTUs for every watt used. So, but to see that it had enough wattage coming through it that it melted the plastic with it, that's like what was it, the did somehow the ground give out on it? Did it get corroded and just start hot legging on it? It's
I
not
don't know.
sitting in front of a window or anything. It's sitting on a shelf, very high up off the ground.
It's a big room.
What
So is
up?
there any like moist? Is the room like moist at all?
No. I mean, it's not like I don't have any humidity control in there. So, I mean, whatever it is
Right.
during the summer is what it is. But all the other rigs have all been in that same kind of environment. Never have had a CPU cable melt into the fucking try to take out a motherboard. Oh, dude, there's not much dust on it, dude. I regularly clean these things because they're all in open air rigs. And literally, I pulled that cable out, grabbed the other cable, plugged it all in because I wanted to verify if I smoked my board or not. And everything powered up just fine. Crypto Craig, I blame the kiddies. It could be their fault.
Could be.
We have not ruled this out.
Was there plastic involved?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was plastic connectors, babe.
Well, you know how Pepe likes to eat plastic.
Right. Could be the motherboard over pulling amperage, similar to what Mikkel was having with his FPGA. That is true. That is true.
Possible. Yeah, but that like ended up smoking my power supply, and I haven't had a problem since I changed power supplies on that. That was I'm pretty sure, a power supply issue. In my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, at least I got it fixed and got it up and hashing.
Speaking of FPGAs,
I had
I'm
it
gonna go
sitting
check
there
mine.
test hashing for 24 hours after that without any issues. I
Ugh.
powered it down, turned
Dang.
it back on, powered it down, turned it back on, and wasn't having any problems. So I was like, fucking solved. I'm a genius.
I'm gonna have to go and reboot mine. It still hasn't rebooted.
Uh-oh. Is this the same FPGA that was being mentioned?
Yeah.
So now it's not a happy FPGA anymore?
No.
Which one is this one?
No. It's my V33P.
Oh, the Force Kitten? Right? That's the Force Kitten,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, Retro.
The VU9P is not the problem here, sir. It's the 33P. My VU9P is perfectly fine. Good try though. You know,
Right?
I applaud you.
Little switcheroo over there. It's only numbers, you know. He's like, I'll take both.
No. Negative, sir. Negative, Ghost Rider. See if I can just sudo reboot.
And then it tells you no. Because it wants
I don't
physical
know that
touch.
I don't know. I was looking into maybe buying like the E300 VU7P, but the deal for it being $1,500, I think, is over or will be over by the time I have all that ready. So a little bummed. It'll be fine. I may try to grab another E100 of it and see how that goes. Just continue my E100s.
Or I just have a whole line of them. Maybe one day you'll have enough E100s to make an E300. But you'll keep them all as E100s just to piss other people off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is my E1 collection, and you got 6 of them. And people are like, just make 2!
I mean, I did message them. I was talking to them about it, and I asked if there was any other way, and they didn't offer anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would still like to get a 35 as well. Yeah, the reboot command didn't work. Dang.
It wants physical touchy.
Yeah, I have to hard reboot it.
It wants you to make sweet love by pulling on its cord.
Like the ultimate goal would be to grab would be to make them all E200s. That'd be the ultimate goal.
Why not an E300?
$35 will be epic when they release the dual mining bitstream. Yeah, it'll be great. Thanks to the HBM memory. It will be interesting.
Yeah, but even with the HBM memory, what out there that could be possibly worth making a bit stream, or even worth mining, that is memory dependent?
Stuffs and things. Allegedly, it won't be a good idea.
I mean, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's.
Oh.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of memory dependent algorithms that it's really fucking worth it at the end of the day, even to support with hash rate, even if you're dominating. I mean, you might be able to dominate it enough in the short term to make a small profit, but memory dependent, though?
Yeah, Retro Mike says the hash rate won't be through the roof but the efficiency can't be touched.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna completely agree.
Yeah, and I'll agree with that too. Absolutely.
An optimized Ironfish bitstream for them would be ideal.
Right.
Because Ironfish is memory dependent. It just doesn't utilize the memory correctly, in my opinion. But yeah.
And then bye BC 250s in the process of that.
You know what you're talking about.
Like, shut up.
My BC 250s and my FPGA is the only thing running right now.
Wow.
Currently. In the well house.
Wow.
Yeah, I know they're reworking optimized fish hash. I know. Yeah. But I'm probably gonna switch off the BC 250s and turn on the NVIDIA rig, just to do some testing.
Testing
I don't
poipuses.
want to, yeah, test some things out.
Yeah, I was thinking about like.
But I like leaving my BC 250s on. The yield on Warthog is still pretty well because of all the BS. So like, still
So
doing pretty well on that. Still doing pretty well on that.
so what's going on with all like I've heard real lightly on the whole warthog thing.
I wonder how much I can buy. Dang. Hoping
Because
I
like
could
there's
just
like
buy
people
the.
that are calling out fucking as warthog, it's like calling warthog a scam at this point.
Dang, that's lame.
Huh?
I was on Osprey's website. I was trying to see if I can buy an E100 of the VU7P. It's not a thing.
Oh no, yeah,
Dang.
it's all E300.
Dang. So it means I can't buy. The reason why I was curious is because that means if the VU9P had an E100, then you can just buy single boards because that's how you achieve single boards. But neither
Right.
one of them, so I can't buy the.
Yes, sir, Retro. He's like
They did
VU7P and
offer
the
me an
VU9P are E300
they did
only right
offer
now.
me they did offer me an a VU or an E100.
Ooh.
I think I'll go ahead and do that then.
Call it the Mikkel edition.
I mean, I had the the E100 VU33P, so the E133. I had that before it was ever released. So I'll just do this one again, so I can have the only one before it's released. I asked the question just to be sure. Unless you reball yourself, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we know I reballed my good BCU. There was some guy selling them for like $300 on in Zethron the other day. Like I so close to being such a good deal. I don't know that I would spend $300 on a BC 1525 at this point. As old as they are,
Yeah.
I don't think I would. Maybe if they were like a one owner, I'd buy them if they were a one owner. If they've changed hands multiple times,
Which most of them have at this point,
yeah,
let's be
no.
real.
If I'm buying it from a person and they bought it used, yeah, I'm not taking the risk. It's not bad. Yeah. I said I can run it with my E100 VU33P. All of their bit streams will be compatible with each other because they have the same type of memory. No HBM. And cool.
Man, I'd like to get that. Like what that one that they were showing. Son of a Tech. Was that an FPGA board that he was showing them?
Yeah, the 32 layer board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah,
want.
there was technically 6 FPGAs on that board. The 4 and then 2 controllers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be for, he said for AI compute.
yeah.
So like LMMs, things like that, not mining.
Yeah, I know. That thing looked freaking
Yeah.
cool as hell, dude.
Fucking awesome.
Right?
I don't care if it's for AI. I want it.
Right, dude. I'm like, dude, that thing's
This is
kind of
not a
pimp.
question. Not a question. I want it. Well, whenever it's here and like available, like I want it. Thing was quite beautiful looking.
Hell yeah, man. That was such naked circuitry on there. Made you giggity all the way to space. Oh.
Oh yeah, I've watched that interview like twice at this point.
Yeah.
I got a 25E rack to rack mount them all in. But my assets combined probably can't afford one. Yeah, they're probably gonna be
Right.
stupid expensive.
Oh my god.
They're probably gonna be like, I don't know, like 10 grand or more. Easy.
Bro, you want to know what I want to see? Somebody gets that board and they put it on the salad.
Oh dude, I could only imagine.
It's like it's not mining. It's actually fucking exactly what its intended uses for.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. You would have to run, it would have to be like a custom like bitstream literally to run an LMM. And that'd be so like, I know you mentioned in the interview that it's not easy, and I can only imagine that it's not. Like from what I do know, like thinking about how to like process that, like my brain can't even process that. Like I can't even like fathom.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy talk.
Right, considering that if
VAS
especially if
used to be
any of
filled with
it's
FPGAs.
especially if any of it was like if it has shared communications anywhere in there.
Yeah, I was never aware of that retro mining. Wish I would have known. I would have rented them all up.
Oh man. Oh. Before Vast, they got picked into GPU rentals.
Yeah, I figured it was 33s. 33s and um it's the toll one. THM 35s.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember them.
Think is what they're called. THM 35s.
Yeah, I think so. TH53s, yeah.
TH53s. Thank you. I had all the letters there.
Yeah.
Mine plus one. And numbers. I had them all there. Just transposed and one extra character. I think
The Xilinx Toll TH53
yeah, I know it
FPGA.
was a toll machine.
This is basically what GPU
Did you know that they went out of business?
folded.
Yeah.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is the same about the same thing that GPU Hoarder showed me right before he ripped everybody off.
Yeah. TH53s.
So
I think Greater Good still has his TH53s.
yeah, he
It's
showed
time to
GPU
time to
Hoarder
bug him
picked
again.
this thing
Back
up,
off, Retro.
showed everybody that was it was before we went live for one of the big mining, talks that we did with Bits Be Trippin' and shit with all the big, yeah, fucking, like, it was the second one that we had that we all got together for. And
Yeah, the Ethereum.
yeah, a few
Cool.
people walked away from their cameras for a little bit, and GPU Hoarder held this fucking thing up, going, "This is the next thing that everybody's going to be going after, and we're producing them."
Fucker.
Yep.
Good times.
And then I heard wind that somebody had
And get the
bought
EU
certain
9P.
things from Squirrel,
They're
and
great, man.
I started pressuring GPU Hoarder and his wife to get the information out. And fucking a whole bunch of people fucking let me be because they knew somebody knew I was sniffing down the right fucking path. That I had
Not
the fucking
enough
right
modern
information.
dev happening outside 33s other than Osprey, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, the VU9P on WhoHash, a single VU9P, I'm getting 1.26 gigahash at a 420 clock. And
Man, did you know that the Tull TH53 is still going for $1,500?
yeah, they're expensive, dude.
Holy crap!
728 on the millivolts. So 1.26 times 3. So that's 3.78
It's funny. This one's like
on
being
WhoHash.
listed as Xilinx
I
Tull
have all
TH.
mine on asterisks.
This one's being listed off at Xilinx Tull TH53 FPGA Caspa RX, which
Caspa miner.
Radiant, right? RXD
Yeah, Radiant.
and Ironfish.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Because those three coins are in Team Red Miner's version. So it's easy launch.
oh.
Otherwise, you got to do it the hard way, and you got to start buying JTAG licenses.
Yep.
You know, the fun stuff.
Hey, I remember. I miss those days. I asked. I asked with getting the with Offspray. I was like, are you guys just gonna be making it exclusive with just your guys' stuff? Or are you gonna like open up the playground and allow people to take on to the bit streams? And I saw him smile when I fucking asked him the question. Like, Like, he knows where I'm coming from on it, you know. Give me a little bit more freedom with the hardware, because I know the actual potential of that hardware, and I knew where the limitation was. And if you've built in the protections that the board's supposed to have in there, then you shouldn't have that. They shouldn't have any issues with me being able to hook up my own personal JTAG to this and program it. It's like, and not have to utilize their own stuff. I heard there was ways of doing it, but it's like I wish they would just make it like a little bit more native, where I can just, plug in the some cables into the board itself, and actually, like, load in my own bit streams that way. Be so much more awesome. It's like not enough modern dev happening for the 33s outside of Osprey. I feel you on that one for sure. They're all the devs want to make it for the bigger coins, or not the bigger coin, the bigger FPGAs that are gonna hold profitability longer. It's like, I'd be more excited to see a new FPGA being created, but I don't know if that's gonna happen anymore. It's been a while since this market's seen a brand new FPGA being created. So, it's like, it sucks that even with Osprey, I mean, everything is fucking used equipment, that's being given another life, which is good. I like it that they're not making e-waste out of the deal, but yeah, we need new hardware that's exciting. And you know damn well that they got the FPGAs out there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to make fucking ASICs. It's like... Everybody stop talking about him. Shh. Shh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm the only one here. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, it's just me.
Now I was sitting there going, it's like, let me get your thought on this. We know damn well from our knowledge set that in order to make an ASIC chip of any sort, you have to have a reprogrammable hardware to make the new architecture. In other words, you have to have an FPGA.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the fucking new FPGAs for the mining industry? It's like they're there though. It's just that they're not making enough for public.
That we all use.
How are they making more efficient ASIC chips off of decaying older hardware? That's not, you're not going to get me to believe that they're making
because the architecture is still the same.
I mean, I could see that point, that the architecture has all been the same, but that doesn't account for the efficiency leaps that, like, for instance, Bitmain's been getting. There's a new FPGA in there.
No, I don't know about all that. But
I mean, it's not like it's not
like you need a new FPGA every time they make a brand new ASIC.
No, because you can make an efficiency, but to see the hardware leap that Bitmain has done in the last 5 years, where they went from 100 terahash to 220 terahash, there's new hardware in there. Now, we know because of playing with architecture on, making a bit stream, for Bitcoin that you don't have to use FPGA specific hardware. But you still need new FPGA architecture to make new ASIC architecture. And I'm not talking just like ASICs for mining, because anything that's any kind of chip that's locked down that I can't reprogram is now an ASIC. So CPUs, your process, any of your phone's processing units, laptop CPUs, all that stuff. Those are all ASICs by definition, So I mean, there's new architecture coming out all the time. Now, how far they go with FPGAs on how often they reiterate for a new FPGA, I don't know. I personally don't know their timeline on how often they actually update that stuff. But the C leaps and bounds differences means that there is new architecture for FPGAs out there. So it's like, why is, like, did the whole mining division with Microsoft, taking over Xilinx now? Because like they took over Xilinx, right? Who took over Xilinx?
AMD.
AMD. Okay, I knew one of the giants fucking grabbed it. So I mean, what they fucking killed off the whole mining sector.
Intel owns the company that makes the Cyclones.
Oh, okay. I know which ones you're talking, but everybody else now. I don't remember.
Yeah, but that's who they own. But Intel has their own FPGA edition, division.
Okay. And then what? Fucking AMD and Intel both fucking decides, oh, we're gonna kill off the whole mining sector on that. Because like, when was the last new hardware, FPGA hardware that came out?
35.
And that was how long ago now?
Couple years.
Yeah.
But even then, the chips weren't like meant to be mining chips to begin with.
None of them.
That wasn't their original purpose.
None of the FPGAs were. FPGA's main purpose, where everybody sees FPGAs, is telecommunications. That is the number one use case for FPGAs. So anytime you got phone involvement of any sort, FPGAs. The next thing, people don't even realize this one. The second biggest use case of FPGAs in the world are vending machines. There are more people utilizing FPGAs.
VCRs. VCRs were also a big user of FPGA.
Yep. VCRs and CD players. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Also, I did see the Demolition Ranch thing.
Oh,
I did go and watch that.
Yeah.
Very tempting. Next Saturday.
I mean, Demolition Ranch doesn't. He states it for being for family purposes, and that he's been on YouTube for a long time, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Fucking, he's just clearing, because he's got he's got off the ranch with with Demo. He's got off the ranch. He's got his animal vet thing that he does because he's a veterinarian.
I'm pretty sure he was selling the ranch.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure exactly what all he's doing. I know he's trying to yeah, I'm not sure. I watched him fucking bring all of his guns to an auction that wasn't far from you.
With a firearm seller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a couple hours.
Yep. And then he would have been able to hang out with Matt.
Yeah, it's next Saturday.
Oh, you should go. You can't hang out with Matt unless you buy a gun.
Worth it.
I know. If I was 2 hours away, I'd be like, yes.
What's further than that?
Oh.
Let's see.
Retro Mike filled all the buy orders on ZagX, and someone came in with another 100 million in buy orders. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So is ZagX back open?
Yep.
Wow!
Yeah, and they said they're gonna stay open.
Wow!
Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
$100 million. Yeah, 100 million asterisks, not 100 million USD. Yeah. Comfort, Texas. I mean, it's like 7 hours away.
Closer to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's east of Austin. Yeah, I'm still pretty bummed about PSA selling out of the one I was literally gonna buy. Really irks my nerve.
Womp womp.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Hilarious. I still can't get into ZagX. I had $5 over there. I mined a poop coin over there.
I had a bunch of pug on there.
Don't.
They delisted pug anyway, so it was is what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
not much you could do.
Nope.
Is what it is.
So we are at that 1 hour mark. We're over the 1 hour mark. Yo.
Yep, just over.
Just over that 1 hour marker. So I think it's time for us to pleasantly get up out of here.
Time to skedoodle on out.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, let's skedoodle on out of here.
Hell yeah. So everybody put those FAs in the Chizity chat, and while you're doing that, certainly smash
Yeah,
that
you have a
Lizzie
good
like button.
have a good weekend,
And
Retro.
You too, man. You too. Have a wonderful weekend, my dude.
You do be facts.
And with that being said, guys, all of you awesome hashers out there, hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week. We will see you next Friday, guys. Of course, be here for the Friday shenanigans. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. May your watts be low and your hash be high, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later, guys.